Hey everyone, I'm Paul from Death Blooms, and this is Track by Track with Roxanne. So, Life is Pain, that was kind of like, so I'll just kind of put you in the headspace I was in at that time. I'd kind of just been made redundant from a job that I had, and, everything was just kind of a bit weird. We've all been there, and, it was kind of like, I was a bit lost and a bit like kind of, just in my own head a lot, which, is what it is kind of thing. And then, just doing the same things every day and, having a bit more time to like kind of just read up a bit more and just be a bit more aware of what like is actually going on around you and stuff. You can be so lost within your own head and not really see the kind of bigger picture. And I think the song was like kind of about like the kind of the connection between the two and also the disconnection between the two. Like I was just sat here every single day, just playing guitar and just like kind of trying to find out where my head was at. So I kind of wrote that just from the monotony of kind of doing the same things every day. But as well, it's not just about specifically me, it's about there's been some seriously fucked up things going on the last few years, and the fact that equality just doesn't exist and oppression is just so visible as well. So it was I don't really like writing songs specifically for one purpose. I kind of I let them be quite ambiguous, but with this one it was I just kind of let it roll into what it was. I guess I was listening to kind of like really industrial kind of sound and stuff at the time, and the anger that came from that, and the kind of release, and this band is about that sort of thing anyway. So I think like it ended up being a pretty good ultimately a pretty good merge of it all. So Gore's a funny one, because obviously like we usually do quite like serious songs, but Gore was just like a complete homage to B movies and ridiculous ridiculous Hollywood and acts of ridiculous violence and things like that. And it was just a kind of a way of expressing the deeper kind of primal things that people kind of feel, and that obviously no one can let out, because you shouldn't let them out. So it was kind of like about, at the same time, it was really kind of glorifying B-movie madness, but then at the same time kind of looking at the fact that like these things are very real and can absolutely spill over into people's reality, man. Like that shit happens, and that's fucking scary. So it was just about kind of releasing that thing in a way that was ridiculous, and to make sure that kind of we were portraying it as like something a bit, we acknowledge the fact that it was weird. So but it is ultimately like kind of a fun song, and it is absolutely playing into the hands of glorifying all these terrible things, and it's kind of, it is ultimately like a fun song, which is it's kind of weird, for a weird angle for us to do, but it was kind of a fun one to do, and a fun one to write, and a fun one to record. So and we've actually played it a few times as well. We managed to get it in before lockdown and stuff, and so Anger was again another one that I just kind of wrote here, and it was just to kind of like, I felt really I was really like disassociating myself from a lot of realities at the time from when I was writing it. And and again, I had a lot of time to kind of think about what was going on around me and in the world, and it's troubling, and these are things that are really in your face, and people are angry, and I don't really like putting much metaphor in my my lyrics and stuff, so I'm a pretty straight up kind of say what I see kind of person. So the whole the chant and anger is all you know and stuff, it's because it is, people are absolutely filled with anger, and rightly so, because there's so many kind of unfair things happening. And I think specifically again with this song, it was it was about people feeling lost, and specifically in a relationship, and and that's not even a romantic one, it's friendship and any sort of relationship, and just feeling lost and feeling like they have nowhere to turn. And I think it's important to acknowledge those things, because so many people kind of just hang on in there in silence and pretend everything's okay, and it's fine to be angry. You need that release, and you need that kind of stimulation to just be like, fuck you, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's important to release that in a way, and this is what the whole EP is about, and the band's about. It's about release and catharsis, and not being afraid to be who you are and feel how you are. And I think that's it's a running theme throughout the band, and definitely throughout the EP, and it's about getting rid of not even getting rid of them, just kind of opening up to how you really feel and being honest with yourself and everyone else around you, because I think it's really vital, vital for mental health, vital for communication purposes. It's so important. So yeah, and then it's kind of around the same time, we kind of incorporate a lot of synthetic sounds, and just anything kind of a bit more industrial sounding to the sound, just purely because that's what I was listening to at the time, and make it sound a bit more kind of just a bit more. So we kind of took these ideas and kind of just pushed them in a way that we felt kind of represented how we were feeling at the time. Fueled by Hate. Whereas like the other songs are quite like ambiguous and quite like open to interpretation, this was absolutely a personal one. I was just so angry about like the things I was seeing in the news, and how people are treating each other, and it's just it does make me angry, because I'm not trying to say like I'm perfect or anything, but just the complete lack of empathy some people show, and it's just it's quite like it's demoralizing and can be quite upsetting. So I think again it's an angry record, and this was how I felt, and I felt like there was a burning hatred inside of me at what I was seeing and how I was thinking about things at the time. And and that's it goes hand in hand with the kind of music we all kind of listen to and stuff. Obviously you've got your Slipknot influences, and you've got your kind of hardcore influences in there. I've listened to a lot of even though I've been talking about the industrial aspect and Nine Inch Nails and things like that, and we still do have a lot of love for like kind of Hatebreed and shit like that, and it's kind of, we just kind of try and merge as much together as possible. So I think bringing that kind of hardcore element in, because that is an angry sounding genre, so it was like cool, this kind of fits perfectly. So yeah, we just kind of rolled with what was going on with that. I mean, fuck everything. It's pretty obvious what the statement there is. Yeah, it's just about being completely disillusioned with society and the things I'm seeing, and literally the first line of the song was, "I'm sick of the world that I see," and I am. It's ridiculous the shit that's been going on. It's ridiculous that people aren't accepted for who they are, and it's just and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, and especially under the current circumstances and stuff. It's weird because the song was written way before anyone knew what coronavirus was, so it's just kind of taken on its own new lease of life, which is kind of which is great, because I think that's what all the songs that I like do. Wherever you are and at whatever point in your life, you kind of mean something else, and you take something else from it. And I just like I was saying before, the majority of my kind of lyrics are just there, and this is absolutely one of those cases where I was just like, so I'm fucking pissed off. What am I gonna say about this? So that kind of line just made all the sense in the world to me. Musically, we were listening to the kind of the angrier side of stuff we listen to again. The hardcore bands, new metal bands. It's definitely got that kind of almost like a classic new metal bounce to it, which is something we absolutely love, and what we grew up on and stuff. So that was it made sense in every aspect for us to kind of the way it kind of got pieced together. Lyrically it's just very there. It's just like, that's how I was feeling. I'm sure that's how many people are feeling right now, and even before the pandemic and stuff. And it's it's very easy to get lost in how you don't feel and how make excuses for things. So people need that kind of thing where they're just like they let it all out. And again, I've said it quite a few times in this, that's what it is. It's the release, it's catharsis, it is just like expulsion of demons, if you will, and it's important to let it all out.